came across a video the other day that has really been on my heart, and I'm guessing so many people watching this video right now are experiencing the exact same thing. It was a video of this woman who works full-time, her husband works full-time, they have a child, but they only have a few $100s to make it to the next paycheck. But she was talking about how every time she gets online, she sees these influencers, they seemingly have endless amounts of money, and she was really down on herself about it. Now, there's a few different aspects here. One is there's tons of people, even people that I have known personally, that just fake the flex, right? They're portraying this lifestyle they are not actually living, or they're just they're in credit card debt up into their eyeballs. We are living in a very challenging time right now. You look around, everything has gotten so expensive. People are losing their jobs. It's $6 for a dozen of eggs. You know, the list goes on, and a lot of people are struggling. And I consider Megan and myself beyond fortunate, right? More fortunate than most people could ever ask for. You know, I'm very, very blessed. And even us, we experience the exact same things. Costs going up, investments going down. But who I'm really feeling for are people like the woman in the video who are having to decide, hey, do we want to put food on the table or go into debt or go into more debt? So in this video, I really wanted to share 5 things with you that I think you could be doing to help with this terrible financial downturn that we're in, and unfortunately, I'm certain that it is going to get worse. Well, that last part sounded like really doomsdaysy. I'm not a big fan of fear porn, so I apologize. Things will get worse, but do not fret. We're gonna get through it together, my friends. Well, Alfredo back there, just living the dream, hates when I talk. But anyway, number 1 is by far the most important thing that I'm gonna share with you in this video. Separate your net worth from your self-worth. And I could tell in that video, that woman felt less of herself because she didn't have as much money as the influencers as she was watching online, which is crazy. And I truly mean this, and maybe I'm just oblivious, but I do not think I'm any better than the person who is homeless on the street, nor do I think that the billionaire is any better than me. I might respect some things that they've done, possibly depending on how they got there, but that does not mean I view them as a greater person than me. And my mom taught me this lesson way back in the day. She was a 2nd grade teacher. Every single Friday, she stayed late and she took the janitor out to dinner. And she didn't have to explain why she was doing it. The janitor was much less fortunate. She was helping out, and they developed an amazing friendship. And I'll say, at my mom's funeral, the janitor, Miss Jackie, she cried more than I think anyone else there besides myself. And it really showed me that it doesn't matter what status you are in life, we are all people. There is no one better than the next. So we should be treating each other as such. And if you're in the position right now where you are feeling less worthy because of how much money is in your bank, get it out of your head. I almost like, I try to virtually slap you, that AI, I'll probably be able to do that soon. Anyway, I know something I struggle with is tying my self-worth to like my performance at work, which I guess indirectly leads to money in my bank account. But regardless of what your financial situation is, it does not determine the type of person you are. And that is one of the things I love about dogs. They don't care about your status in life. They just love you for you. Now, with all that said, obviously no one wants to stress about money, so let's move into some things we can do to prepare for what is going on right now. Number 2 is plan ahead, because if you are living in reactive mode, you are going to be constantly wasting time and money. And I am always astonished when I talk to people who are seemingly just winging it every single day. I just don't think you're going to be able to get the best results doing that. So moving into 2023, 2 areas I've wanted to cut down my spending is food and coffee, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate. I am a habitual Starbucks goer, but it's kind of crazy how much it costs. Nitro cold brew, $5 every single time. So I have been packing my own cold brew. I just go to the store, buy the cold brew, put it in a thermos, bring it with me every day. Now, does it suck to have to do that every morning instead of just going to the drive-thru and getting my favorite drink? Oh my gosh. Give me power.
I have all the power in the world.
Yeah, it kind of does, but the money saved, in my opinion, is worth it. Same with meal prep. You have to do a little thinking over the weekend, decide what you want to bring. I just pack it with me, bring it in my cooler, and then a lot of times I'll even eat it cold, which isn't, the most tasty option, but I've made it a focus to try to cut down in those areas, and so far it has worked for me. So if you just put some thought to it, I am confident that you all can do the same, regardless of what area you're trying to save some money. And by the way, if you're looking to save money on food and you use Uber Eats, GrubHub, any of those are the biggest cons in history. I think they're all gonna go to jail. How can you charge me double for my Chipotle bowl just to bring, I get it, the value is awesome. I love not having to leave my house, but I refuse to use them. It's a ripoff. Tell you one thing that makes it hard to save money. This little man right here. This little man right here. This one right here. How have you liked my 2023 cost-saving measures?
I get it, but it's not fun.
She's ready to just tell me to shut up. Number 3 is review and revise. I was doing a terrible job of auditing where my money was going. We spend all of this time and all this effort making money, and then we seemingly just kind of throw it out the window sometimes. So I went through all my expenses, and what I wanted to figure out first was, what are my fixed costs, like subscriptions? What are the things I know are gonna hit me every single month? So just to name a few, Spotify, $10 a month, pet insurance, $60 a month, Farmer's Dog, which is Alfie's Food, $170 a month, my haircut, $70 a month, AT&T, Hulu, Netflix, Spectrum, all of these things that are just ongoing monthly costs. And not including utilities and mortgage, we were up to over $1,200 a month, which is crazy. Just absolutely nuts. And of course, some of these, we're telling ourselves we can't live without, but some of these on the list, you can get rid of. Like I just got rid of my car wash subscription today, but some of these you can actually negotiate a better deal. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I was talking about Adobe. They've been charging me $56 a month for years and years. So I called them up, and now it's $20 a month. You can do the same with your phone, your internet, things like that. So there's definitely room in there to get a better deal or save on some of those expenses. I'm sure you have heard it before, what gets measured gets managed, and it just takes a little extra time, but it can make a huge difference and just bring visibility to what you're actually spending your money on. If there's certain items that you don't actually need, there's even apps that will go through all your subscriptions to see if there's anything that you're getting charged for that you didn't even know. But for me, I like to just do it the old-fashioned way, pull a credit card statement, go through it, and it's well worth the 30 minutes it would take to go through where your money is actually going. You guys are not gonna like this one, so forgive me. But number 4 is stop shopping. The ironic part is, when I was broke, you know where I spent the majority of my free time? The mall. And then I started to realize people that are doing really well do not have time to walk up and down aisles. And I can assure you, everything in your Amazon cart right now you don't need. There's nothing at Target that you don't already have. It becomes this kind of mindless activity for whatever reason. People go out and spend all this money on useless widgets and decor and all of these things that are somewhat meaningless. One of the things that was told to me a long time ago is that broke people collect shoes, rich people collect land. And that makes a lot of sense. So when I get on social media and I see people posting their BMWs and shopping bags from designer stores, it's an immediate red flag. I would say 80 to 85% of people that are doing that are just trying to overcompensate. But for those of us who are trying to make better financial decisions, all of that stuff, useless. Now, if those are your things, then no shame, I do not judge anyone. Personally, I spend ridiculous amounts of money on certain things, I feel like. The gym, for instance. But my point is, you shouldn't watch what other people are doing and feel bad about yourself, especially when they're likely not even in a much better position than you, but you're probably just trying to be a little bit more responsible. We are gonna end off with number 5, because we're not just gonna be able to save our way out of this thing, we're going to have to make more money. And obviously, it's easy to say that, right? But in today's day and age, there are endless opportunities, but I think most people automatically think of a side hustle, when in reality, most people haven't even fully optimized their main hustle's pay plan. Maybe you get bonuses, maybe you get commissions. I would focus my effort there first. Personally, I try to make sure every quarter, every year, I don't leave any money on the table. Or maybe it's just leveling up your skill set so you're eligible for promotions. But in addition to that, of course, there's things you can do on nights and weekends. And I know a lot of people say they don't have time. I've been working nights and weekends for 10 years, so it's really all that I know. With a child, it's much harder, still getting it done. But you're probably gonna have to make some sacrifices, and it doesn't really matter what it is. Every single person watching this video has a skill that someone needs. Maybe you can tutor, maybe you can show someone how to play sports, or coach them on just about anything. Maybe you wanna make stupid YouTube videos, maybe you're a handyman, whatever it is, there is something that you can offer someone else that they would be willing to pay you for. So find your niche and just make some extra money on the side if you have to. And I know that that's not the most fun thing to do, but we are in some crazy times right now. And I think if you can implement all the things that we talked about in this video, you're gonna be in a really good spot to weather the storm. And that is going to be the end of the video. Again, do not let these crazy times determine your self-worth. We are all in this together. It's no one's fault besides your gas stove. So if you wanna blame anything, blame that. I appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world. You just spent a few minutes with me. I look forward to talking to y'all next week.